Welcome to International Championship Wrestling. I'm Tim Tyler along with Edgar Wallace. We have 60 minutes of wrestling action for you today, so stick around with us. We have received word that the Convertible Blondes have gone about some reorganization plans. We'll have more about that later. But one-third of the former Convertible Blondes, Rick Starr, has signed a Southeastern heavyweight title match against Ronnie Garvin. We will have that match for you right here next week on television. Of course, Ronnie Garvin is still suffering from that back injury. Coming up today, Sleeping Lanny taking on Ron Strunk. We'll be presenting our Rookie of the Year awards to Bill Martin. Our second match of the day, it's Randy Savage against Chief Tapu. We'll have a videotape of a match between Ernie Ladd and Crusher Broomfield. And in some tag action today, the Great Tio Pez Whatley against Ricky Cook and Rick Zarda. Sitting with us here at the desk is ICW promoter George Weingroff. And George, we understand that you are suffering from a broken jaw. How did this come about?
Well, I have a fracture on the right side here, and Tim, it actually began, I was in a title defense match with Lanny against the Convertible Blondes, and I was nailed by Rip Rogers, and at the time, you know, I really didn't know, I knew I was suffering, but I didn't know what the problem was, and then a short time after that, I was finished off by Pez Whatley in a TV match, and it definitely has a clean break, and it looks like I'm going to be wired up here with braces on my teeth and wires for maybe 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how well it heals now.
So will you be out of wrestling action for those 6 to 8 weeks?
Oh, yes, definitely will.
And we were looking at George's x-rays here. A few moments ago, we can't show it to you on television because it's hard to see x-rays, but you do have the crack on the left side.
No, it's on the right side, right. And, it's just, one of those things, you got to expect when you get in the ring, But hopefully it'll be off soon. It feels like it's beginning to heal, and I'll be ready to go.
Okay, George, we wish you best of luck. Coming up next on ICW Wrestling, it's Sleeping Lanny against Ron Strunk. We'll have that action after you see this. We're back, all set, ready to go with our first match today. It's Sleeping Lanny against Ron Strunk. Edgar, let's go with the official introductions.
You've got it. The first match is a one-fall, 15-minute time limit. And let's go to the ring in the red corner at 228 pounds from Amarillo, Texas, Sleeping Lanny. And in the blue corner at 223 pounds from Somerset, Kentucky, Ron Strunk. And, of course, referee Dale Edwards is motioning for us to hit the bell and get action underway.
And here we go. Leaping Lanny, Ron Strunk at it here. We haven't seen Ron Strunk in action in quite some time, Edgar, but of course he is always set and ready to go. He has his hands full here with Leaping Lanny, who, look at the strength Lanny's exhibition here. Up and over. Will he get out of it?
Lanny is as agile a wrestler as you've ever seen in the ring.
Yes, he is.
Or in the square circle is bad.
The square circle, yes.
Ernie Ladd calls it the square circle, too. And, of course, we're going to get to see some of Ernie Ladd a little later in today's program. And he has that arm of Ron Strunk, and he's sliding him along the mat there.
Definitely a match of strength here. Referee Dale Edwards down checking Ron Strunk for submission. Okay, he gets out of it. Ron is in the floor. Making himself reorganized, and back he comes in. And that headlock again, up and over, takes him down. Working on the left arm of Ron Strunk.
And now the wrist and the arm. Ron Strunk seems to be in there, my thing. Another flip.
Still working on that left arm as he continues to apply pressure.
Hasn't even tried for a pin yet.
No, he hasn't. He is
just working on that arm and wrist. Referee Dale Evans asking Ron Strunk if he's ready to submit, and he is not.
Bit of an unusual style here for Leaping Lanny. Edgar, we have seen Lanny go through all sorts of holds, but this is just applying pressure to the neck and arm region.
He is indeed. I suppose we'll be seeing a lot of Lanny alone with George's injury being out of commission for 6 to 8 weeks.
1, 2.
Ron Strunk flipping Lanny over.
Now he's
trying it again against the turnbuckles. Picks him up and over. Covers him. 1 count.
And
Armstrong rolling over on Dale Edwards. There's one of Lanny's drop kicks.
Famous drop kicks.
Lanny taking Strunk up and over. Lanny on the outside of the ring now. And up on the top rope. Covers him. 1, 2, and 3. That is it.
And it's all over.
Leaping Lanny victorious over Ron Strunk.
Lanny defeating Ron Strunk. A good job he did at that.
Yes, he did. Edgar, a bit of a sad note here. I have to announce that we have received word that Crusher Broomfield's sister, who was suffering from leukemia for quite some time, has recently passed away, so we don't expect Crusher Broomfield to be with us for the next couple of weeks, so we want to send our condolences to Crusher Broomfield.
We certainly
and his family. A lot of people have asked us recently, we have, of course, the Southeastern title match coming up next week as Rick Starr takes on the current holder, Ronnie Garvin. A lot of people have asked us to explain how the Southeastern title came about and who all has held the title throughout the years. So let's take a look now at the history of the Southeastern heavyweight title belt.
On January 12, 1973, in Montgomery, Alabama, Dick Steinborn won the title tournament. In Columbus, Georgia, on May 22, 1973, Ron Fuller defeated Dick Steinborn. On July 1, 1975, in Johnson City, Tennessee, Dick Steinborn defeated Ron Fuller. On September 5, 1975, in Knoxville, Tennessee, Ronnie Garvin defeated Dick Steinborn. On May 6, 1977, Ronnie Garvin was stripped of the Southeastern title, but permitted to enter the tournament. On July 10, 1977, in Knoxville, Ronnie Garvin defeated the Mongolian Stomper in the finals of the tournament. On May 26, 1979, Ronnie Garvin quit the NWA because of the policy of that wrestling organization of not accepting challenges from other groups. On July 15, 1979, Ronnie Garvin returned from Japan to wrestle for the ICW, where he has to accept all challenges. On October 15, 1979, Bob Orton Jr. defeated Ronnie Garvin in Knoxville, Tennessee. And on January 6, 1980, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Ronnie Garvin defeated Bob Orton Jr. And the current ICW Southeastern Heavyweight Champion is the one-man gang, Ronnie Garvin.
Okay, there you have it, the history of the Southeastern heavyweight title belt. And like we said, coming up next week, former member of the Convertible Blondes, Rick Starr, has signed a contract to wrestle Ronnie Garvin in a title match. That's coming up next week, a big, big event here.
So that could be more of a continuing saga of the title, of the Southeastern title. Right, Ricky Starr is quite a contender and is
Ricky Starr probably wants to, of course, everyone is aware of the back injury that Ronnie Garvin is suffering from the lead pipe incident that took place a couple of weeks ago between himself and Pistol Pez Whatley and Great Tio and that fiasco. But maybe Rick Starr wants to catch Ronnie Garvin while he's down, so he thinks he has.
Right, but you know what Ricky fails to realize, Ronnie has not missed a match.
No, he hasn't.
We missed him on television here for a week or two, but he has not missed a match in any of the arenas.
He's been out on the road and doing fine, so that we'll have to wait and see next week.
That's exactly right. Of course, later in the program today, we've got what all? We've got Bill Martin, who's going to receive the Rookie of the Year award.
The ICW Rookie of the Year award to award to Bill Martin. We'll be talking to Bill about how his career is going to go forward now that he is receiving this award.
Exactly.
We have a match coming up between Randy Savage and Chief Tapu. That should be good. A videotape look at a match between
Ernie
Ladd and Crusher Broomfield. This is something really to see. Two giants.
Two big men. I remember when I first saw Ernie Ladd, I looked straight up at him, and of course always have to look up at Crusher Broomfield. And unfortunately, we mentioned already that Crusher won't be with us today in person because he's at home with his family after the loss of his sister. So that's today's program. It's going to be a great program, and the fans ought to stay right there at their set.
Exactly. Coming up next, we'll be talking with Rookie of the Year, Bill Martin. We'll be back after you see this. The occasion to present Bill Martin with the ICW Rookie of the Year award, and this beautiful plaque right here, Bill, is all yours. Congratulations to you.
So we said all along in preceding programs that Bill was a top contender for the Rookie of the Year award, and of course it's all over with the shouting now, Bill, and we really want to give you our congratulations. Of course, in '80, the Rookie of the Year was Danny Doyle, and in '79, Rick McCord. And you had occasion to defeat Rick McCord at two different times. So you definitely should be a contender. What do you have to say, Bill?
Well, this is one of the happiest moments of my life. I always wanted to be a wrestler since I was young. And I trained very hard, and I worked very hard for it, and it paid off. And, it's just one of the highlights of my career. And I always look back on this day because, I was really happy,
Wonderful. Bill, where does your career go from here?
Well, everybody, looks forward toward gold, and every wrestler's goal is to be world champion someday, And maybe someday in the future I will be, and maybe I will get a shot at, Randy Savage's world title. But, I don't want anything to happen to me like it did Danny Doyle, because Danny Doyle went against Randy Savage for world title, and Savage put him in the hospital, Nobody hasn't seen Doyle since. And I don't know how he is or anything. I just don't hope that don't happen to me. And I do hope I get the title,
But this time you just want to savor your Rookie of the Year award and enjoy the pleasure of being Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. That's really great, There's nothing to say about it,
Okay, Bill, while we have you here, let's take a look at some action that you were involved in the match between yourself and Rick Starr. Let's look at the action of our director, Jim Piston. We'll go ahead and roll this tape. Here it is right here.
Yeah, Rick Starr just took me down right there, and I did a sit out. And he couldn't hold on to me, Starr's a very tough wrestler and very confident.
Of course, Starr's now on his own, having left convertible blinds.
Now, I put a hammer lock on, sit out.
10 minutes left in the match.
Lock into the rope.
Of course, Ricky Starr tuning himself up for that upcoming
Southeast title match with Ronnie Ron Garvin.
Right there, he reversed my own move on me. I was going to turn the phone and turnbuckle and reversed it on me. Now he's taking advantage of me there. Got me dazed.
He's doing one of those Pistol Pez Whatley headbutts.
I think that's this. And right there, I see stars. I just put her out.
Picked you up and flipped you down.
For the cover. Don't you manage?
Yeah, it's fairly spectacular.
Looks like, okay, there's another move with the convertible blondes on the outside. Gary Royal, I believe it is, on the outside of the ring. This is a single match between yourself and Rick Starr. Let you down again, Bill.
Yeah.
But pulled you up.
He pulled me up. It's too much confidence in himself.
Yeah. Looks like he wanted to punish you a little bit more. Everything's look reversed.
Yeah. The backslide right there. I took him right there.
And so you were victorious over Rick Starr.
Ricky Starr's very upset. He had occasions to could have won the match and could have had you pinned, and
he didn't take his opportunity. And I've been training hard and everything, and I just slipped one up on him there. And I did defeat him.
Okay, so congratulations to our 1981 Rookie of the Year, Bill Martin. Thanks so much, Bill. Okay, let's get back to wrestling action now. Our next match is Randy Savage and Chief Tapu. Chief Tapu is already in the ring, and of course, as you know by now, here comes Randy Savage's music, and we're awaiting the entrance of the ICW World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Savage. Randy likes to use this tactic to psych up his opponents, make them wait on him. Here he comes, Randy Savage.
Who's back tonight? The ICW World Heavyweight Champion. So you man, that one man and one man alone, the one in a million champ, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Randy Savage was one of his
Macho Man is missing, and the confetti is missing, and the light show's missing, but Randy Macho Man Savage is ready.
Okay, let's go now to the ring for the official introductions for our second match of the day.
And for the second match of the day, this match is a one called 20-minute time limit. And from in the red corner, at 240 pounds from Hawaii, Chief Tapu. And, of course, at 235 pounds in the blue corner, from Sarasota, Florida, ICW World Heavyweight Champion, Randy Macho Man Savage.
There's Randy Savage with the world belt in his hand.
He got a few boos from the audience
Yes,
there.
he did. As Randy Savage's music continues to play here.
As he just rose in one of his $1 million robes.
Okay, referee Dillon, we're signaling for the belt. The match is underway. Chief Tapu, Randy Savage at it here. Chief Chief Tapu had Savage into the ropes already.
Savage is an intense wrestler. Interestingly, particularly when you hear television at ringside, you can see the look on
Yes,
his
you
face.
can. You never know what to expect from Randy Savage.
Absolutely never.
Like we said, the Miss Brenda Britton was missing along with the confetti today for reasons unknown, but takes him down.
Now it's great when Chief Tapu manages to break away.
We always like to talk about the Chief's former football career. You got a kick out of the name of the team. He was a nose guard for the Mawili-Healy Vikings over in Hawaii.
Healy Vikings.
Randy Savage now out on the floor. Coming back in.
Of course, many of the ICW fans, wrestlers, had careers in other sports other than wrestling. Randy himself was a baseball player. Of course, he tells us he was great at that, too.
He always liked to point out he was definitely ambidextrous. He could throw and bat both left and right-handed.
Right. Of course, in recent tapes, too, we've shown the fans that he has competed in Macho Man contests, or physique contests, and come out quite well here at Rip Rogers Boat.
Okay, Randy has the Chief down on the mat now. One shoulder pinned. Trying for the left shoulder.
And he's working on that.
He comes out of it.
Really putting some punishment on that arm.
Chief back on his feet as Savage continues to apply the pressure to the left arm of Chief Tapu.
And he's asking whether the Chief will submit.
Now Edwards down checking with Chief Tapu for the submission. Is Chief still in there, though?
He certainly is. Of course, the Macho Man is panning quite a bit. Chief takes Randy into the rope. Randy jerks Chief off the rope.
Dale Edwards calling for a break because Chief had Randy tied up in the ropes.
On that same arm again.
There he is, applying more pressure.
And the Chief is not going to submit. This match is a one-fall, 20-minute time limit. Still working on that arm. Of course, the power of the Chief is evident there as he
Yes,
managed
it
to
is.
break that hold and reverse it. Now he has the left arm of Randy Macho Man Savage.
Just reversal of what was going on moments ago with Chief on the other end of this.
Exactly. The Macho Man is working around trying to get out.
Savage is not one to give up, though.
Definitely not one to give up.
Okay, we're going to take a break now at ICW Wrestling. We'll be back with more wrestling action after you see this.
Broomfield, Illinois, April the 10th, 8:30 p.m. at the Prairie Capital Convention Center, and in Decatur, Illinois, Saturday, April the 24th, 8:30 p.m. at the Civic Center. And with me today, I have the former world heavyweight champion, Leaping Lanny.
Well, I bought myself an ICW wrestling calendar, and I have circled April 10th, 1982, because that's the day that I'm coming to Springfield, Illinois. And I'll tell you what, there's a rumor going around that Randy Savage is going to have to put up his title against a suitable challenger. Now, we're going to have to wait until the new rankings come out. But I sure do hope that my name might be somewhere on that list, and that someday soon, maybe in Decatur, Illinois, on April 24th, but I'd like to get Randy Savage in that ring because I am the former champion, and he defeated me March 13th, 1979. I'm telling you what, Randy Savage, I'm very interested in getting in the ring with you and taking away that world championship belt because when you parade around with it, I suffer right here because I know that can go either way sometimes. I mean, you know, Los Angeles Dodgers, they beat the New York Yankees, but it could have gone either way. But they're the world champions, and I'm going to be world champion too. At least I hope so. And wouldn't it raise the roof if it happened in Springfield, Illinois, or Decatur? Because that's where it would mean the most, because all the cards and letters are coming in, and I know that's what you want.
The Windwalker, an epic adventure. The most authentic Indian film ever made. The Windwalker.
Back with Randy Savage and Chief Tapu still out in the ring. Let's go back now to the ring for this action.
What the fans missed, of course, as we had that brief break, was Randy Macho Man Savage throwing Chief Tapu into the turnbuckle. And, of course, he on the mat 2 times at least during that break. Macho Man is really putting some punishment on the Chief, but the Chief is holding his own indeed and demonstrating the power that he has as he breaks the holes that Randy puts him in.
When Chief Tapu first came to the ICW from Hawaii, he let us know in one of his few speeches that he was definitely after the world title that Randy Savage has. Back and forth. Deep clothesline. Covers him. A 1 count.
That Rip Rogers is famous for that clothesline.
Okay, Randy Savage out of the ring onto the floor now. Down on one knee.
Take a little rest, and referee Dale Edwards counting.
Chief Tapu wanting Randy to get back into the ring.
The Macho Man
back in now.
And needed a brief rest behind the clothesline. Chief Tapu.
Randy Savage
uses those ropes to his advantage.
Yes, he does.
A little tired, a little exhausted, he uses the rope to get away from his opponent and get a brief breather.
Okay, the Chief's got
head scissors.
Savage in a headlock.
And those legs are powerful.
Referee Dale Edwards asking Savage, did he give up? He said, no. Loud no.
He will not give up. But can you imagine the power of the Chief's legs? And look at Randy. Of course, you can...
What is he doing? Kicks out of it. How about that?
Well, we can't argue with the fact that Randy Macho Man Savage is strong and is, in fact, powerful. If he can power drive Crusher Broomfield at 454 pounds.
We saw that. That's right. Into the ropes now. And a knee to the back of Chief Tapu.
Right to the small of the back. There he goes into the turnbuckle again.
Jeez. Got tied up in the ropes there. Somehow flipped over.
The Chief might be in just a little trouble, but he still manages to kick out before the pin. The Macho Man is into the Chief's hair. He's trying. A 2 count. Savage using the hair to his advantage. There he goes. Is he getting on the top rope again? Of course, the lights are probably out. And that's 1.
No, only a 2 count. Randy Savage arguing with the referee Dale Edwards said that was a 3 count, but no, it was only a 2.
And now he'll want to render some punishment. Chief Tapu, and of course, Chief
has him in the ropes. What's he going to do here? Using the top rope to flip Chief Tapu across the ring.
Chief Tapu now taking punishment from Randy Savage, but he managed to get a lick back in. Elbow to the top of the head. The Chief dazed, and now he goes closing into the turnbuckle. And there he goes for another flip. Has the Chief on the mat. And a knee right to the neck.
Yes. Crowd encouraging Chief Tapu at this point.
Crowd is encouraging the Chief, and the Chief is fighting back.
Throws him out into the floor, right onto the concrete floor.
And now he's on the top
look
rope.
At this. Randy Savage on the top rope. Jumps on Chief Tapu from the top rope into the floor. This could be all for Chief Tapu. Savage throwing Chief Tapu back into the ring.
The Chief has definitely demonstrated that he has the fortitude to stay, though.
He didn't have time to realize what happened there. Randy Savage on the second rope jumping Chief Tapu.
If he didn't get that pin, Randy Savage is
Here we go.
Put all the power driver on Chief Tapu. And the power driver is done, and Chief Tapu is out. And Randy did not let him jerk him up. He is definitely intent on
another power driver.
Chief Tapu today. He's upset with referee Dale Edwards, so he's putting the punishment to Chief Tapu.
That is it.
It's all over at this time.
That is all over. Randy Savage defeating Chief Tapu after a series of pile drivers on the Chief. Jumping out of the ring.
Right in front of the camera. And of course, he's not coming over to talk to us today, but he's done all the punishment he wants to do to Chief Tapu.
Okay, when we come back, it's Inside ICW. We'll be back. With me today on Inside International Championship Wrestling, Gary Royal and Hustler Rip Rogers at the Convertible Blondes. Gentlemen, we have a tape to look at here of a recent match that took place between yourselves and Ricky Zarda and Chief Tapu. Let's have your comments on this match as we take a look at this tape. Gary?
Okay, Tim Tyler, first of all, I'd like to say that you probably have noticed that Rick Starr is not out here with us today.
The other third of the Convertible Blondes is not with us.
Okay, I've got an announcement to make. It's very important. The Hustler Rip Rogers and myself are still going to go after the United States Tag Team Championship belts. Rick Starr has changed his goals, and he is no longer going to be a third of the Convertible Blondes. He's going to go after Ronnie Garvin's Southeastern title. There's no animosity between us. Rick Starr, Hustler Rip Rogers, and myself, no hard feelings. Just that we want the tag team belts. He wants an individual belt, and I want to wish him the best of luck in his ventures. As you can see right here, the Convertible Blondes are wrestling Chief Tapu and Rick Zarda, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this will be another great victory for the Convertible Blondes.
Rip, what about this announcement? The Convertible Blondes are breaking up.
Well, Gary said it quite well. What happened was the Convertible Blondes used to be Hustler Rip Rogers, Gary Royal, and Ricky Starr. Now, we almost reached the pinnacle of tag team wrestling, that of being the United States Tag Team Champions. But we didn't quite make it because of the wild card tournament. Now, what happened, like, we worked as a team, trained as a team, grew as a team. We trained together, worked together, planned strategy together. And we almost won the belt, but not quite. Now, we had a big meeting to reevaluate the situation. Gary and myself, we decided we want those United States Tag Team belts, and we will eventually get those United States Tag Team Championship belts. Ricky became a bit discouraged, decided he wanted to go out on his own and go after that Southeastern heavyweight title belt held by Ronnie Garvin. Gary said, fine. I said, fine. The Convertible Blondes will break up. Gary and Rip, we're still after those United States heavyweight tag team champions, and Ricky, you go after and win that Southeastern heavyweight title match. So now, Gary and Rip, we can train together. We can think more as one now. And Ricky, we wish him the best of luck and the most success in winning that Southeastern belt. Exactly right, Tim. I want to reiterate the point that Rip has just made. The fact that the two of us will be a tag team together every night, you know, our wrestling, it's going to make us stronger. We train harder. We train together. And Rick Starr will be able to set his goals at the one point that he's got, and he'll be able to train strictly for that one point. And I believe it'll make him much more successful in his venture to get Ronnie Garvin's Southeastern belt.
That's right. He, of course, has a Southeastern title match coming up with Ronnie Garvin in the near future. So you're saying he's going to set his sights on his personal goals of that, and thus the Convertible Blondes will be broken up as we know them now.
Yeah, we'll be split up. We won't be broken up completely. The Convertible Blondes will still be Gary Royal and Hustler Rip Rogers. There just won't be Rick Starr. He'll be an individual on his own, and I want to wish him the best of luck. But as you can see on this tape right here, Tim Tyler, the Convertible Blondes, we've got everything under control. We've never had any problems with any of the wrestlers in the ICW, and as far as we know right now, we probably never will.
Okay, Rip, any more words?
As you know, Tim, the Convertible Blondes are one of the most successful wrestling tags in tag team history. We will continue to be that, but now it's going to be Hustler Rip Rogers and Gary Royal. And as you can see on the monitor right now, it looks like a 1-2-3. It is a 1-2-3. Hustler Rip Rogers and Gary Royal have won another match. And the Convertible Blondes will live on, go on to further success, and we wish Ricky Starr the best for him.
Exactly right, Tim. I want to wish Rick the best, and no hard feelings, and Ricky, take care of business.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Ricky Starr is with us here in the studio. Ricky, let me get you over here and get your comments on this announcement that the Convertible Blondes have broken up and you are going out on your own.
Okay, as you probably heard, I am no Convertible Blonde, nor I'm known as Rick Starr. My goals are much bigger now. I'm coming after the Southeastern title. I'm coming after you, Ronnie Garvin. His back's hurt, and that makes things better for me. So, next week on TV, the match is already signed. I'm coming after the belt, Ronnie Garvin, and who knows, I may be walking out the new Southeastern champion.
So you set your personal goals on your own, you're going out on your own.
Yes, I got tired of waiting. I mean, I'm a guy that goes after everything, and everything I want, I get. And I'm coming after that belt, and I'm coming at it hard. Ronnie Garvin, you better watch your back, because I'm...
Okay, thank you, Rick. We'll be back with more International Championship Wrestling after you see this. Okay, we are back with us, the Great Tio Pez Whatley. We have a videotape of a match that took place recently between Ernie the Cat Ladd and Crusher Broomfield. Two giants in the ring. Let's take a look at that match right now. And Pez, I'm sure you'll have a few words to say about this match.
There's always have a few words to say.
As you can see, the two behemoths, both men 6 feet 10, straddling each other. This is a great moment in ICW wrestling. See these big two men, but you know what's going to happen, and everybody else knows what's going to happen. Just like the Great Tio knows what's going to happen. Ernie the Cat Ladd came in here and took care of business on that big Crusher. Made him suffer.
Doesn't look like.
He taught him, Edgar Wallace, you can't see very well. He is telling them and showing them, you can see right now, the referee's checking that Crusher Broomfield because he's always trying to do something illegal, something wrong in the ring. The Great Tio and myself, we got things under control around here. And y'all gonna hear more and more from us as days go on. ICW is gonna hear more from us. Ask Ronnie Garvin. I see Crusher Broomfield is not at the studio today. They say that it's took the past, but I believe he's scared. I believe they remember pipe dreams, baby. I believe they think about pipe dreams. You can see right now, Ernie the Cat Ladd all over Crusher Broomfield. Now the big fat hog is laying there for the kill. All the big cat has to do now is go and take care of business, and all you people will see that will be what will be going on. Ernie the Cat come all the way from Texas. Texas tall come in here stomping on his head. I told you, Ronnie Garvin ain't the only man that got people running around. That no other folks. Ronnie Garvin ain't the only one around here that can do the thing. Ronnie Garvin ain't the only one around here that know people that can cause destruction.
Now, let's go back to the match for a second there. It looks like Crusher has reversed on Ernie Ladd.
Yeah, you can see right now, the Cat has just measured him. The Cat has been in many, many ring battles. Ernie the Cat Ladd has fought many, many tough opponents. And I don't dare say that Crusher is one of his most fiercest opponent, but like Ernie the Cat told me before, this Crusher Broomfield is a thorn in his side, and he's going to take care of him. He's going to be around just like the Great One and myself is going to be around, taking care of people out here, letting people know like Leaping Lanny, George Wangro, and that one-man gang, Ronnie Garvin, letting them know that we are here for war, Jack, and it ain't nothing else to be said but war. War. You can see right now, Ernie the Cat Ladd, Crusher Broomfield contesting for the win. But the Cat, with all that great stamina, all pro, greatest, they call him the king. He wears a crown for the wrestling. And you can see right now, he in a raw manner, he is whooping Crusher Broomfield like it ain't nobody's business. And Crusher Broomfield from now on is gonna know that when the Pistol Man, Randy Macho Man Savage, or the Great Tio speaks, we mean business and nothing else but business.
Okay, you heard it there from Pistol Pez Whatley, his reaction to this match we're taking a look at here between Ernie Ladd and Crusher Broomfield.
There's plenty of action to all the fans in this match. Of course, Pez is the same that Ladd was putting the whooping on Crusher, but that's gone both ways throughout this match.
Yes, it did.
I'm going to interrupt you one more time, Edgar Wallace, and tell you that your eyes is deceiving you. You and Tim Tyler up there, y'all don't know what you're talking about. I don't believe you know what you're saying. Must be a mistake. What is happening around here? Everybody rebelling against me and Tio and Cano. Well, we ain't going to put up with this mess much longer.
We just tell
We
it like
gonna
we
take
see it.
care of business. Now things is gonna get more and more fierce. There's a big cat charges.
And runs into the turnbuckle because Crusher moves.
Hush out there. You don't know what you're talking about. The cat. Go take out.
Here you are now, sir.
I had to get in there, in that ring, to show that Crusher that I meant business. And I'm finna take care of him in just a second. Right? Somehow, man, who pushed me from behind? Somebody pushed me. I know they did. You see right now that big behemoth will pay. He'll pay now. That's for sure. The Great Tio is up there now, showing them what's going on. The Great Tio is just spread out his expertise, letting everybody know that he can take care of business. Now you see, I'm finna whoop on those Crusher. You see the rest of them without really towing.
Right. That's
Okay, we've got Pistol Pez Whatley and the Great Tio scheduled on a tag match here. So as the two gentlemen get in the ring, let's go now.
Tim, you know, I'm almost convinced that I do need glasses because when I view a tape with Pez Whatley, I just don't see it like
He
he
sees
does.
things different. Let's go down to the ring for the introduction for our next match of the day.
The third match is a one-fall TV time limit remaining tag team match, and it is in the red corner. At 215 pounds from Louisville, Kentucky, Ricky Cook. And his partner at 242 pounds from Madrid, Spain, Ricky Zarda. And, of course, that fellow you hear so much about, the Great Tio, 250 pounds from the island of Samoa, the Great Tio, the former television champion. And I did say former television champion. Of course, at 234 pounds from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I don't know where he got his glasses, Bad Pistol Pez Whatley. Referee Dale Edwards signaling for the bell, and action is ready to go. It's
Tag
going
match
to be
underway here.
Tio and Zarda.
This should be quite an interesting match here.
I think I will. I really do think I'll check with an optometrist just to see if I need glasses, because, as I said, when I view a match, I just don't see it quite like Pez Whatley does.
Ricky Zarda, the Great Tio at it here.
Two powerful wrestlers. Powerful.
Fans expressed some concern about Ricky Zarda earlier. Of course, he had a leg injury 3 or 4 weeks ago, but he is back 100% now.
He did indeed.
Zarda and Pistol Pez in the ring now. There's the tag to Ricky Cook. Ricky Cook working on the Pez Whatley.
break, and he's rushed over to the ring to get a tag on the Tio.
Okay, Great Tio, Ricky Cook.
Of course, Ricky Tio used
Down
the
by the
hair.
hair. Dale Edwards
Referee Dale
cautioning
Edwards
Tio about
cautioning him.
that.
Dale Edwards is right on top of it today. He's Great Tio flipping Ricky Cook and working on that left arm, and of course handing him over to Pez Whatley.
I knew it was almost useless to ask Great Tio any comments on that tape we were taking a look at, because Tio only says Cobra hold, and that's about it.
That's about all I've ever heard the Great Tio say, but when you're a partner of Pez Whatley, you don't expect to talk much.
No, you don't.
Because Ricky Cook's taking the punishment right now from the Great Tio. After the tag was made, and Pez Whatley looking
Had a 1 count on Ricky Cook. Up and over. Another 1 count. Ricky Cook needs to get back over to Ricky Zarda.
I was thinking he needed to check that opportunity. Of course, there's one of Pez Whatley's famous headbutts to the ribs of Ricky Cook.
Pistol Pez Whatley saying now, making him suffer.
And he's working on the head and neck of Ricky Cook.
Ricky Cook into the ropes now. Calling for a break.
And Pez Whatley
Head against the turnbuckle.
Ricky needs to move toward that other corner so he can get some relief from Ricky
And
Zarda.
against the turnbuckle again over there.
Of course, now
Tag to
Pez
the
Whatley
Great
makes
Tio.
tag, and the Tio comes in. And a fist to the ribs of Ricky Cook. Flips him again. And now he's getting ready to put this famous nerve hold on Ricky
There
Cook.
it is. Ricky Zarda grimacing on the other side of the ring, wanting to get in to help his partner, Ricky Cook. Takes him
There
down.
again. Pez Whatley trying to get in on the action from the outside the rope.
Here comes Pez Whatley now. The headbutt.
That headbutt.
There's the tag of Ricky Zarda.
Made, and now Ricky Zarda is going to give some meet that punishment back to Pez Whatley. Into the turnbuckle, he throws him, and up and over. And Pez Whatley.
Ricky Zarda all over Pez Whatley. Covers him.
Away from that ring because I knew that would happen. Tio kicked Ricky Zarda right in the top of the head as he's working on Pez Whatley. So he needs to get Pez Whatley out in the middle of the ring.
Ricky Zarda with a fist to the face of Ricky Zarda.
And right into the turnbuckle in his own corner.
In his own corner. Did he tag Ricky Cook or did he not? I don't know what happened there.
I didn't see a tag made, but
Cook just sort of stood there, but then he is the man in the ring now with the action. I don't think Ricky Zarda wanted to tag Cook there.
I don't believe he did tag him, as a matter of fact. And of course,
okay, there is a tag now.
And he's coming in to handle the Great Tio. Of course, Tio using the hair. He's been using the hair all day today.
Okay, now it's Pez Whatley and Ricky Zarda. A tag of Ricky Cook. Cook's been under Pez Whatley there.
And is he going to be able? No, he isn't. Pez was able to break, but then
look at that.
Reversal on the part of Ricky Cook. And Pez Whatley running to the corner to get the tag to the Great Tio. Ricky's showing the power.
How about that?
Body slam on the Great Tio. The Tio comes right back up with a fist to the throat. And Ricky Cook is down again.
Look at that. There's the Cobra hold.
The Cobra hold and the
being applied by the Great Tio to Ricky Cook. Referee Dale Edwards down checking for submission from Ricky Cook.
He will be gone. There's no two ways about it. Anytime the Great Tio puts that Cobra hold on.
That is it.
Referee Dale Edwards.
It's all over with. The Great Tio, Pistol Pez Whatley, victorious over Ricky Cook and Ricky Zarda. We'll be back with more International Championship Wrestling after this.
If you're a school club or civic organization with 0524.
Springfield, Illinois, April the 10th, 8:30 p.m. at the Prairie Capital Convention Center. Decatur, Illinois, Saturday, April the 24th, 8:30 p.m. at the Civic Center. And with me today, I have a very exciting wrestler, and he is the ICW World Heavyweight Champion, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
You know, I've heard that date, Saturday, April the 10th, a lot of times in the last couple of weeks, man. And I've heard the date, Saturday, April the 24th, man, and I've heard that a lot of times in the last couple of weeks. One being Springfield, Illinois, the other being Decatur, Illinois. And the person on the other end of the phone is usually George Weingroff, the promoter, man, trying to talk some kind of sense into me, right? Yeah. Trying to talk about the possibility of me putting my ICW World Heavyweight Championship belt up either Springfield, Illinois on April the 10th, Saturday, yeah. Or Decatur, Illinois, Saturday, April the 24th, man. And I tell George Weingroff, I say, man, you get some kind of a contender, possibilities exist, yeah, possibilities exist, that I could put my ICW World Heavyweight Championship belt up there.
And the second match is a one-fall, 20-minute time limit TV title match. The challenger in the red corner at 240 pounds from the island of Hawaii, Chief Tapu. And in the blue corner, it is the champion at 220 pounds, 222 pounds from parts unknown, the TV champion, the Miser.
It's a mixed reaction there from the crowd in the introduction of the Miser. Miser has yet to take off his wrestling attire, the jacket with the dollar sign on the back. He's showing it to the crowd now. And there goes it. Here we go. Action underway. Chief Tapu, the Miser, the television championship belt on the line in this match. Miser said he is ready to take on all challengers.
Changing chops to the chest there, getting this match underway.
First time we've seen a defense of the title here on television for the television championship belt since the Miser was victorious in defeating. Here comes the belt right here. Here, I'm going to put it between us.
Oh, and the Miser seems to have Chief Tapu in just a little trouble. Head of the turnbuckle now.
Chief Tapu, though, always a top contender for any match that he is in.
Right. Chief had, for a minute, the Tapu had, the Miser had Chief Tapu in that front face lock. But then he managed to get out of it.
We've seen the Chief take on just about anyone, too.
Lance. Fist to the throat on the Chief Tapu.
Want to remind our audience at home that coming up, we're going to have a brief look at a gentleman, and I use that term loosely, by the name of the Sheik. I had an encounter with him a couple of days ago, and if you think Randy Savage has a wild personality, the Sheik makes Randy Savage look rather tame.
I'm looking forward to seeing that tape, Sam. You mentioned it to me earlier, and I'm just really looking forward to seeing the Sheik. Oh, and of course, Chief Tapu, just a great takedown on the Miser. And now, for a body slam, Chief Tapu seemed to be in control here for a minute. Two count.
Chief had the Miser down there for a 2 count.
Another slam, another body slam coming up at Chief Tapu. And the Miser, of course, the Miser managing to keep those shoulders off the mat.
Miser likes to tell us he knows all these scientific moves. Miser in the roll.
Now Chief Tapu is beginning to take off the mask of the Miser.
Miser's got his
crowd
hands
just
up there.
loves it. The crowd just loves it. Chief Tapu attempting to unmask the Miser.
The big mystique of the Miser, everyone wants to know who that is behind that mask. As he says, you don't know who this could be.
You know, it's just a man that loves money. While Tapu is worried about the mask, the Miser gives a couple of quick shots to the stomach, and now a head of the Tapu's head to the turnbuckle.
And once again, against the rope. Back up against the ropes again.
Oh, and a reversal by the Miser.
Look at that. Almost caught referee Dale Edwards with that action. Another 2 count.
Chief Tapu is in trouble now.
There's a neck breaker being applied by the Miser. That is it.
And he kicked, but it was a little bit too late.
That is it.
A little too late, and the Miser successfully defended his title and remains our television champion.
Here goes
the referee Dale Evans coming over to get the belt.
Back to the Miser. The Miser retaining the ICW Television Championship belt by defeating Chief Tapu. A match lasting only about 4 minutes, Edgar.
4 minutes is all it took for the Miser to successfully defend his title, and of course, Chief Tapu. And his partner today at 226 pounds from Montreal, Canada, Ronnie, one-man gang Garvin, the Southeastern champion. And there's Ronnie throwing his hat to the
There goes the hat.
In the blue corner at 250 pounds from the island of Samoa, the Great Tio. And at 234 pounds from Chattanooga, Tennessee, Bad Pistol Pez Whatley. And referee Dale Edwards has signaled for the bell. The bell is rung.
And Edgar with us here at the desk, Leaping Lanny. Lanny, this is the first time on television that I have seen Crusher Broomfield and Ronnie Garvin teamed up. And also the first time we've seen Garvin in action here on TV since the business with the Great Tio and Pistol Pez.
That's right. You know, it's a main event here at ICW Wrestling. A lot of talent in the ring right now. Is four of the highly touted men in the ICW. There's Ronnie Garvin. Still got that back problem.
Tio didn't like that.
He's getting the better of the Great Tio right now. Outsmarting him, which isn't that hard. It's a lot harder to out-muscle Tio. There's a reverse rolling cradle by Ronnie Garvin.
Tag to Pistol Pez now. There's Pistol Pez and Ronnie Garvin up against each other.
That's right. You know, he really had the crowd irate before they came on the air here. And there's a collar and elbow hookup right now and a side headlock chancery.
Oh, right in the Crusher Broomfield.
Big forearm by the Crusher.
Put right to the top of the head there by Ronnie One-Man Gang Garvin. Bad Pistol Pez Whatley in the corner of Crusher Broomfield and Ronnie Garvin taking quite a beating.
That's it. I believe Pistol Pez is suffering from too many headbutts. I believe that's a change in attitude that we've seen in him over the past few weeks. Might be a test of strength right now. Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Test of strength. No, Ronnie turned it into a game of skill, and he got the advantage. Tell you what, I can't wait till he takes the Crusher. He looks impatient in the corner.
He does,
looks like he might come in there and want to do some serious damage.
Ronnie has one foot on the right hand of the Great Tio, and he's working on the left hand and shoulder.
Crusher Brewer saying ASCII. We've heard that before.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
There comes the tag.
Uh-oh, here comes trouble.
There's the tag and a
Oh,
pull.
man.
Tio didn't know what hit him there tonight.
Well, I think we know what hit him. Here comes trouble. Crusher Broomfield putting 460 pounds bread down on the rotary cup socket of the Great Tio.
Crusher Pez trying to sneak in here. Referee Dale Edwards caught him.
It's going to be a great match with all this talent in the ring. Fans are really in for a treat right now. There's Tio, has Crusher in the corner. Hey, Tio trades with the best of them.
And he will.
Yeah, a couple of animals in that ring right now.
Here comes tag to Pistol Pez now.
That found home. Headbutt.
Headbutt. Pistol Pez Whatley famous for that headbutt.
Oh, backfired on Pistol Pez that time.
I mean,
Here's Ronnie Garvin in now.
The whole ring.
The one-man gang is in there now.
Up and over.
Back body drop.
Another body slam by the one-man gang driving on bad Pistol Pez Whatley, and a knee right across the chest. 1, 2.
We almost had it. Almost a body press.
Okay, tags to the Tio.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Crusher in now.
Right to the back. That's what I was afraid of. They're using those tags wisely. Now I'm afraid the Great Tio has turned the tables on the one-man gang, Ronnie Garvin.
And the Great Tio is put right in the throat of Ronnie one-man gang Garvin. Of course, they're also working on that.
If anyone should remember Ronnie Garvin's weaknesses in the back, Tio and Pez should, Lanny, because they're the ones that caused it.
That's right. Nice. I suffered a pretty bad shoulder myself because of that. Because I happened to be stupid enough to try to take the pipe away.
Another drop by bad Pistol Pez Whatley on Ronnie
Now definitely behind Ronnie Garvin here, too.
Taking a lot of punishment. Not too many fellows would even be wrestling with us.
Okay. Here comes Crusher into the ring now.
Illegally. The referee is ordering him back. Backbreaker by the Great Tio.
Ronnie Garvin.
He managed to put his foot outside the rope and save himself from termination of this match. Big back body drop by the Great Tio.
1 count.
The Great Tio is the former TV champion.
And the
Tag to Crusher Broomfield. Here we go.
Oh, here he comes.
Crusher Broomfield working on bad Pistol Pez Whatley, and he gives a chopper to the Great Tio, who is not even in the ring.
The ring is getting pretty crowded, Tim.
Yes, it is. Ronnie Garvin still hasn't got to his corner exactly. He's down on one knee over on this end.
Crusher Broomfield is taking the match for Ronnie Garvin. He seems to have everything well in hand.
Body
slam by
Fantastic.
Crusher Broomfield on the Great Tio. Powerful Crusher Broomfield.
That was karate right to the throat, right to the Adam's apple of the Crusher Broomfield.
And both the Great Tio and...
Here comes Ronnie Garvin back in now.
Now it seems to be all 4 men of the ring at the same time. But Ronnie Garvin is still being punished. And now the
Crusher Broomfield out of the floor.
the ring.
It's happening fast now. They go for the Boston Crab. The Boston Crab on Ronnie Garvin.
And of course, Crusher's now back in the ring. Back in the ring.
I don't think that Ronnie Garvin submitted. Although I wouldn't have blamed him if he did.
I don't think he'd submitted.
No.
Head battle here to Crusher Broomfield in this corner.
Definitely no submission yet. His back right to the turnbuckle.
Action going on in the 2 different corners here.
I don't know who the legal wrestlers are at the moment. I don't recall Crusher Broomfield tagging Ronnie Garvin.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Pez Whatley. It is certainly.
And of course, the Great Tio doesn't even know what happened to him.
That's right.
Doesn't know what happened, but
the match goes to Ronnie One Man Gang Garvin and Crusher Broomfield.
Not the match, exactly, Edgar. This is the most falls to the TV time limit, so we still have the
first fall.
First fall. So the winner of the first fall,
And the
Crusher
crowd
Broomfield,
just
Ronnie
is
Garvin.
going wild, just ecstatic at the victory of Ronnie One Man Gang Garvin and Crusher Broomfield. And, of course, Ronnie's still on the mat, doesn't realize exactly what happened.
No, he
but
doesn't.
they won.
What happened was that Pez Whatley inadvertently tripped his own partner, the Great Tio, who was slamming Ronnie Garvin into the turnbuckle. When he backed up for the second time in the sequence, they tripped and Ronnie Garvin fell on top.
Okay, referee Dale Edwards trying to straighten things out up there in the ring now. He's sending Crusher Broomfield back to his corner.
The margin was small, but the victory was clear, and the winner is Ronnie Garvin over the Great Tio. It was all Pez Whatley's fault for being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Here's Crusher Broomfield out on the floor now.
Ronnie Garvin has absorbed already a great deal of punishment right to the small of the back where he suffered before.
And, of course, there comes the Crusher. But referee Dale Edwards is running out of the ring. And another headbutt. Ronnie definitely needs to get to that corner and get that tag made. Because he is in trouble. He's been in trouble, as a matter of fact, since before that last match.
We're wise right now for Crusher Broomfield to exercise a little patience because a save in the ICW constitutes disqualification. It's a new rule, and I hope he remembers it.
That's all we got a ruling some time ago from referee Jim Bunning on it. Look at this one.
Double body slam right to the small of the back for Ronnie Garvin.
Comes Crusher in now.
Crusher has been rendered unaffected by that karate and eye gouge.
Yes, he has.
Looks like the tables have turned.
Crusher out into the floor, almost right in front of us here, Lanny.
Right in front of the desk.
Meanwhile, back in the ring, Pistol Pez Whatley and the Great Tio working on Ronnie Garvin.
And working on that back that they injured several weeks ago. And Ronnie is definitely in trouble at this time.
That's right.
Whoa! Crusher almost down again.
Look at that. Oh.
And again!
I don't believe it.
And again.
Unbelievable! Unbelievable. The crowd just loves it. Again, Ronnie One Man Gang Garvin in so much pain he hardly knows where he is. But defeating the team of the Great Tio and Bad Pistol Pez Whatley. No. And the crowd is simply going wild.
Somebody up there must like Ronnie Garvin because the man took so much punishment and yet accidentally 2 times in a row through a twist of fate that was so remote. And Ronnie Garvin's the winner again.
Most falls, TV time limit remaining. I think our time is about out, but
Yes, it is.
action.
This is something. I don't know. Ronnie Garvin is right now on the floor. He looks a little worse for wear right now. He took a lot of punishment.
Okay, let's take a break, Edgar. We're going to come back and try to figure this out a little bit later. We'll be back after this.
Well, that's the place we're going to put you guys. We're going to get with George Weingruff. We're going to put you guys in cages to keep outside interference. That's right, because you fight one, you wind up fighting 2 and 3 of them. And I'm going to tell you, I've taught this guy everything I know about professional wrestling, about maiming a body, about crippling people, and he's going to do it because he's got the size and he's got the guts and he's got the determination to do it. He's got to go out there, boys. And if I were you, I'd leave the ICW because when you step in a cage with this guy, you might as well go right in the middle of the jungle. Because when you're in the jungle, there's only one law. It's the law of the jungle, and you know what that is the strong survive. The weak people like Randy Savage walks around with 20-inch arms. Well, you might be strong with weightlifting, but when it comes to street fighting and professional wrestling, you're not 100% there, Jack. And I'm going to tell you, when this guy looks at you straight in the eyes and he's thinking about his sister, if I had a sister and I'd blame it on somebody like this guy can blame it, because I guarantee she'll probably live another year. Not a whole lot, but a year of living is a lot.
Okay, Ronnie, we are out of time. That's going to be it. Edgar Wallace, I'm Tim Tyler. Be with us again next week on International Championship Wrestling.